Hello, John here. Welcome to another stream. And in this stream we're going to do... Yeah. Right. On the screen at the moment is... I did on the last Jeff Minter stream, the reverse engineering stream, I showed off some Python scripts to convert the infiltrator files that you can disassemble games with into kick-friendly ASM files. Now, I was asked shortly after the stream, will I be doing the same thing for CBM Prog Studio, or CPS as I know it? And I thought, why not?
Hi, John here. Another subscriber. Stay a while. Stay forever.
Excellent. Thanks for the subscribe. So I was asked, and I thought, well, I'm a co-developer of the software, so I ought to support it with the same script. So I have uploaded to GitHub, I think it was last night, the 3 files. So this is the character set file for CPS, and it produces, I think, it produces these files, which are CPS friendly. There is the sprite one, which is this one. So this one's the sprite to CPS assembly, and it produces files like this. And the big one is the disassembler itself. So this is the file to convert the disassembly file into CPS friendly file. So it takes this format, and it creates this format, which is CPS friendly. So it's changed all the bytes, changed all the byte definition as to be CPS bytes and stuff like that. So now I've created 6 Python scripts, 3 for each platform, and they will help anybody who's following me and my YouTube channel and now stream to be able to use Infiltrator to create the disassembly, and to export the character set, and to export the sprite data set as binary files, and then use these 6 Python scripts, but there's 3 for each one, so whichever one you want to use the kick friendly ones, which are the original ones, or the ones with CPS in them, which is the CBM Prog Studio version, and they will take the, how can I put this? They will do in seconds what took me 2 days when the first time I did it, especially the second one, the GridRunner 2, which is what you can see on the screen. GridRunner 2 runs into how many lines? 5,000 lines, and that took me 2 days to make it kick friendly. No, not kick friendly, CPS friendly when I first did it, and I wasn't going to do it again, and that's why I wrote these files. So they are there, they're on GitHub. Please, if you want to do any sort of disassembly and using Infiltrator, these are the files to use. I already have had people use them. Mad being one of them. He or she successfully converted the disassembly files into kick-friendly files, and like I say, it only took a second. And it's just basically to help you out. And I'm more than likely going to do some more as well, because I was just thinking about other things that I could write Python files for to make life a little bit easier. Anyway, advertisement over. Let's get down to business. So I've got GridRunner 2, and I'm doing Well, when it's disassembled, the disassembly tries to disassemble it, and then if it can't, it creates byte systems out of it. So you have to, once you've converted it, you have to go through it and try and understand which are data arrays, which are data stores and stuff like that. For me, I can tell straight away that it's a data store, because it makes no sense when you look at the code. When you're scanning through the code, it makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, I can show you that, but the system will not assume that this is data. All it's going to do is just take the gobbledygook that comes out of Infiltrator and makes it into a format that we can use in either CPS or Kick. Right, so I've been working on GridRunner 2 on my own, and I've been making some good progress. I'm actually on the snake control. There are still things that I still don't understand, but it's all about timings and stuff like that. It's really frustrating when I've come across a byte that's using and I've not seen it before, trying to figure it out. I'm getting there. But the one we're doing is GridRunner, which is, oh, it's not on my screen anymore. GridRunner, there we go. Which is basically the VIC-20 clone onto the Commodore 64. As GridRunner 2, he did rewrite a bit of it because he added more bad guys in it, and he added more effects in there. But then GridRunner 2 for the C64 became the Matrix for the VIC-20. So it did full circle. It'd gone from GridRunner on the VIC-20 to GridRunner on the Commodore 64, and then upgraded GridRunner on the Commodore 64 and became AMC, Attack of the Mutant Camels, and then took that Attack of the Mutant Camels and then ported it back to the VIC, and it became the Matrix. So he basically, out of one game, sold it 4 times on 2 different platforms. That's impressive marketing, that is. Impressive marketing. So, right, let's get this show on the road. Let's create a share link. Oh, I've signed in. I'll go away. Let's try again. Right, let's live sharing. Start. What on earth is going on? Right. Ridiculous. Right, let's copy this. Let's paste it in there. There you go. There's the live share. So if you want to join, I have just got to sort out my settings. In fact, shall I do it for this? Do it for this workspace. Let's see if I can test settings for the workspace. There we go. Because I want to use a different debugger. Where is it? In fact, nothing is set. Nothing is set. Oh, it is. Except for the debugger runtime and the emulator. What is going on? That's set. Right, I want to use a different debugger, so it's going to be, what is it, 5.65 point whatever. Ah, dear. That one. That's the one I want. Right then, let's see where we go. So this should work. We should get C64 debugger up, hopefully. I had problems last time, remember, when it wouldn't start. There we go. It's better. Right, so we got up to here. So that's where we got up to here. So we just F11. So we should be able to. That's it. Is that too loud? Right, so we got up to there and we put a breakpoint, didn't we? So we was up to here. I think it was where we're testing what was underneath the ship character, I think. If my memory serves me right. Is friendly fire in ship shot. So comparing it with the laser of ship 1 laser, ship 2 laser. Okay, what are those? I've forgotten. I've been in GridRunner 2 for too long. No, they're the 64 ones. This one. Ship character, laser 1, laser 2. Right. Grid. Come on. Thank you. So we're looking at 7, 8 and 9. So what are characters 7, 8 and 9? 7, 8 and 9. Right, so they're the ship and the bullets. Okay. So I've got it here. We finished here. Right. So we have done. Let's get another window open here. So let's find the game loop. Where are we in the game loop? Where's the game loop? Well, it's up here, isn't it? Here we go. So I think we're in this routine where it's the grid, where we're looking at the ships on the grid. That way for you guys? Yeah, that way. And I think that's where we are, because we're here. So we must have needed to come here from here somewhere. Where did we come from? 8, 9, B5. Eight, 9, B8. 8, 9, B5 is here. Right, okay, so we're testing the pods. So we're testing the pods. Has it been detected? No. So it decreases, lumps back round again. So that's the pod test loop. Right, I've got to make sure I'm doing this right because I made a bit of a boo-boo in GridRunner 2 by not converting these numbers right. So let's get rid of the file so I've got more space. I just want to check that I've got these numbers right, because I did screw it up on GridRunner 2. It wasn't checking for the pods anymore. So there, that's at 8.7, so we are at 8.9, so 8.7.1F. Which is here. There you go. So where's the original? GridRunner original. Right, 8.7.1F. That's here. So that's definitely the no-op. Okay. The reason I checked that is because on GridRunner 2 he referenced, let's say for example 8.7.1F. He referenced that but then did a -1. So it was 8.7.1E. But I'd made all my labels 8.7.1F. And then it had screwed up all the pod finding routine and everything, and it was going backwards. That was it. It was going back. So instead of reducing the pod, it was making them bigger and then dropping bombs on me even faster. So the reason why we went to here is because we came from here. Okay. So where's that coming from? From there, so we don't need that anymore. So we come to here. So where it goes there, and then this is the new one, wasn't it? This is where we was going to jump to. So this is where we stopped. Let's find it. Next. Oh, is that it? Oh. What is that doing? That's resetting the stack. He's cheating and resetting the stack. Why is he resetting the stack? Oh dear. Mr. Minter. Okay, so he's resetting the stack. Right, we'll change all these references to that. So we should end up with a lot of red, and we do. So let's find all the other red. So there's one up here. There's two here. Any more? What's it say? We've got. It reckons three more errors. Aha. Well, there's two. So there's one there. One a bit further up. By the way, yes, I'm supposed to be on holiday, but because the other half was not feeling very well, we decided to stay at home. And there's one up here, by the looks on it. Plus I had to work yesterday and the day before. Stupid. Anyway, so let's find that, shall we? Right there. So now we're moving to this. God, we're all over the place. I don't think we need to be here anymore, do we? No. So let's go to the definition here so we can find this one here. So what's this doing? Right, so we're loading 0 into the character, loading 8 into the colour. Right, this is resetting the screen position. No, resetting the screen character. Yeah, in position. Give it a really good long word there. Get rid of that. So that's this one. No idea why he's doing that. Right, basically I know this is resetting the character because character 0 is actually the grid character. You know, the grid at the background. And that's what we move across. So that's what he tests for. He doesn't test for spaces or anything. That's the grid character. And the fact it's brown or orange or whatever colour we determined it would be. So he's taking the screen character and the colour, and then he's taking our ship column, putting it into the screen column, our ship row, put it into the screen row, and then he's setting that position. So he's putting that character and that colour in that position. That's what that routine does, yeah? So now he's off. He's off on his merry way here, isn't he? Right, so we will do that here then. So we'll go to there. So we keep where we've just come from, and then we'll find where this is. Right, so what's he doing here? So he's loading OF and putting in 33. So 33 I don't think we've come across yet. No, we don't. We haven't come across that yet, 33. So he's putting OF into 33. Right. Let's see how many times 33 comes up. Oops. Back, go back. That's what we're looking for. That's what. So we're looking for 33. So how many times does 33 turn up? 1. So 33 looks like it's a volume thing. So he's decreasing 33. So he's setting it to the max. Right, 33 is actually volume. Right, we can put that in here. So 33. So 35 is the current level number. So label current SID volume level. For 33. Okay. Find the next one. Change. So he's loading OF and he's putting it into the current SID volume level. Then he's loading the ship column. And he's storing it in 1500. Right, we haven't got 1500 listed, have we? 1500. And it looks like there's a 1600 as well. Just a bit further down, I've just noticed it. So he's storing the column. So this is the ship column. So he's storing the ship column in there. And he's doing it 8 times. So it's 1500 to 1508. Yeah. So 1600. So he's coming. So he's doing that and he's looping around. Right. Okay. So this is. Call it looper. Not for a better word. Is that one? That one? Yes, it is. Evening, DMX. So he's looping around and then he's getting the ship row. So 1600 is the ship row. And he's putting it in 1600. Why? No idea. I suppose we'll find out soon enough. Oops. So we get rid of that. So he's filling up 1500 and 1600 with the ship row and the ship column. Then he's resetting the fit chip back, looks at it, and then setting the frequency. Okay. 2D. Have we got 2D written down? Nope, we haven't. So 2D is another one to look for. So he's putting 16 in 2D. Right. Let's see what's happening with 1500 and 1600. Let's Shift F6 this. Right. Let's get the 1500 and 1600 to see what's going on. There's 1500. So SYS 32768. Well, I would type it in, right? If I could. Right, here we go. So there's nothing there yet. Really? Oh look, did you see it? Did you see that? Did you see that? Right, I'm going to slow this down. Right. Well, maybe not that slow. Let's speed it up. Right, I'm going to leave it underneath there, and then I'm going to slow it down when that pod starts to bomb. So here we go. One more, I think. There we. Oh, rats! Too slow. But look here. You see that? So we'll do it again. So the first pod should appear. There it is. So we'll go underneath it and we'll slow right down. Come on. There we go. Now we're looking at this lot here. So I'm going to try and stop it as soon as I see the bomb. Ooh, I nearly pressed it. Nearly pressed it. One more, come on. One more. There we go. Right. So we're about to get killed. Now our focus is on here. So that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll let it hit us. Now. Look. We have just been set. So these must have been set. So that's our position there. These were defaulted. So this looks like we're in the destruction routine. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This looks like the destruction routine. So I'm going to fire it off. We'll get it speeded up. And I'm going to move the ship up so we can see. Because I think there's 8 explosions. Right, let's get it to, there it is, there's the pod. So I'll move up, get a bit closer, and slow it down. And then I'll pause it as soon as it turns. Oh, I'm one over, aren't I? There we go. So I think it'll turn on this one. Come on. There we go. Right, so I've just paused it. Yeah, exactly. It looks like XY positions of those 8 explosions. So as you can see here, we are at, oh, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's OA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. Well, it says 14. Did I count wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's going to be OD. OD? Yeah. Right, so we're gonna, let's see if I can advance it forward, see if it'll go into it. Oh, all the no-ops. All the no-ops. Hang on. Just put a breakpoint there. Right. Fast forward. That'll do. Right. That's disappeared off. There we go. Fast forward. Fast forward. I'm just waiting for these to change. Fast forward. Fast forward. And they're not changing anytime soon. Come on, Bob, move down. That's it. One more. One more. Come on. You know you want to. I'm sitting there waiting. There we go. Yeah, so they are the XY coordinates of these fellas here. Right, so now we know what those are. Yes, he did it. In the Vic version, in the Vic 20 version was written using the machine code monitor. And when he converted to the C64, according to his book, he did also that using the machine code monitor as well. Because I basically just changed screen layouts and stuff. Right, so we know what they are now. So let's create some labels, shall we? Not in the constants area. Mate, I wrote most of my software. Well, I was telling, who was I telling? WauloK, that was it. I mean, when I had the VIC-20, I only had a machine code monitor, and I wrote everything in the machine code monitor. So I was writing screen dump routines. I mean, I've got a folder. It's up there on the shelf of all my VIC-20 programs that up to my assembler. And the only reason I did my assembler was because I got fed up of. I got it on disk and print, mate. So I've got them printed out using our VIC-20 1212 printer, traction one. Got them all in there. I mean, I made a video. One of my very, very early videos was talking about my history with Commodore. But I wrote a load of stuff for the VIC-20 in machine code monitor, like disk labels and stuff like that, where you could type in what was on the disk label, and then I figured out how to get the directory. So you could directory the disk and then add your comments to make a label. Did a word processor, a simple one, but because we couldn't afford one. I did some basic games. I ported my Frogger game to assembly for the PET when I did it. But I got fed up of using the machine code monitor. It was cumbersome, painful. When you needed to insert something, you couldn't believe how much of a pain it was. I put it in there. I put in others as well. And then, because I got fed up with it, I used my machine code monitor to write an assembler. And then when I got the assembler working, I then assembled the assembler. So I wrote the assembler in machine code, and then I rewrote it. I rewrote it in my assembly format on the VIC-20, and also made some improvements to the assembler because I could do it then. Because when writing it in the VIC-20 in the basic statements, I mean, I can show you it. Hang on, let me show. I think I've converted them into CPS. Let me, just to give you an idea, because I am in the middle of converting it. Here we go, assembler. So this is my assembler. Here we go. So this is my assembler. So this here is, ignore all the formatting because that's CPS. This is my assembler. Now it may be better in Notepad because that is awful. Hang on, let me load it in Notepad. Everything. Show me everything. That's the one. There we go. So let's just boost the font a little bit. So this was my assembler that I wrote in machine code and then rewrote back into assembly. And basically what it was, so this is the line number in BASIC, and then you put quotes, because anything after a quote, it stored the letters, it didn't do any tokenization. And then I put all the assembly code. So I wrote this when I was, what, 15, 16? That then I used for my A-level projects, my O-level project. And then what happened, that only 5 years ago. I had a note on that. And then I wrote the assembly machine code, and then I took my machine code and typed it in again in assembler format, and then assembled the assembler. But because I could do this now, I could chop and change code around and stuff like that, and I made my assembler a lot more slicker, a lot faster. And then I went back and did all the old stuff that I'd done in machine code. I'd put that in assembler, and I wrote a disk operating system for the VIC that I migrated to the C64, and I've done videos about it because I upgraded the disk operating system to include SD to IEC in it now. I wrote a word processor because my folks couldn't afford one, so I wrote one for the Commodore 64 as well. I wrote a really sophisticated one for the Commodore 64. I wrote Simon's Basic for the Commodore 64 using my assembler. I did quite a lot. I mean, it's all in the video, my journey through the Commodore sphere. But yeah, if I had had this when I was a kid, this sort of setup, core would have been a lot more, I probably would have got into the gaming scene rather than the application scene. So, right, let's get back to this. And I like hacking. I mean, when I was a kid, I hacked Ghostbusters. So the load, I cracked the loader, so I could save it onto disk, and then, you go to school, playground trading. Oh, I've got Ghostbusters. What have you got? And all that jazz. My generation destroyed the computer gaming industry with all the playground trading deals. And I did loads of tapes. No, I didn't write Simon's Basic. I wrote a version of Simon's Basic because like I say, my folks were not they were not wealthy people. I mean, when they bought the VIC-20, we foregoed our family holiday for that year because we used to go away for a week somewhere nice. We foregoed it, and then when they bought the 64, we foregoed the family holiday for that year as well. No, I wrote a version of Simon's Basic because I wanted Simon's Basic, but my folks couldn't afford it, so I wrote my own. Oh yeah. Yeah, but when you're sharing one computer between 3 brothers and you're only allowed half an hour slot for each. John's Basic. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, but it did sprites, did graphics. I mean, I'm in the middle of doing a video series about it. I'm actually working on the video series because I'm converting it into CBM. But I'm actually making it better because I know more now. I know more because I did rely back then on the basic ROMs. So my multiplication routines using the floating point system in BASIC. So, but I know how to do it without using floating point now, as before I didn't. But it was just the fact that, self-taught. But it's what created my career. I work in computers. I program day to day. It's my hobby. Gets a bit frustrating sometimes when your boss tells you got to do something, when I really want to do something else. But yeah, that's how I started out. Anyway, back to this. So we now know what 1500 is. So 1500 is the ship. 1500 is the column, isn't it? Ship column destroy explosion array. Right, ship row. I mean, I can't even spell explosion. That was expolation array. Oh dear. Explosion. Yeah, explosion array. That is 1600. In fact, we'll have col. Make them the same size. There we go. So ship explosion array. So that's that one. And that is that one. So we'll see if we can find any more of that. Whoa. Go away. That's better. Right, so we'll do that. So we'll change all these. Change that one, that one, that one, that one. Those. Of course, a lot of them. Is that it? Looks like it. And then 1600 is that one. Right, so we're in the death. We're in the setup of the death scene. We've got to be, because why would we be setting up the explosion array? So we're defaulting the explosion array to where he is right now. So where am I right now on that grid? So he's setting all 8. So and then he's turning off the three voices, setting the start frequency. Still don't know what this 2D is yet. Is this going forward or backwards? So it's going forwards, isn't it? So it's coming from here. Cool, that's a big loop. We ain't even got there yet. There it is, down here. Right, so now he's setting up the Vic chip. Voices 1. Loading in the current level. And then we are setting character 8. So what's character 8? That is a bomb. Okay. We'll go with that. Oh, he's making it white. Yeah, even my assembler was only 8 characters. If you looked at it, hang on, let's load it back in again. Open with, here we go. Right, look, PRL, NLO, none of these are any more than 8 characters. Even the labels, look, STADD, so that must be statement add, store op, that'll be store opcode, you know, CRP THI. I know that's character get. Can't put comments in. Come on, you only had 64k of RAM. It's even worse with a VIC when you had a 16k chip in there. You can't waste memory space by commenting. Come on. Clearly you've not programmed on a Vic. Mad Beagle. I wouldn't know. Wouldn't know. I didn't think there was an issue. Right. So that was my assembler. So my assembler was 8 characters. No, I think the minimum would have to be 2 because store X, store Y, so it's SX, SY, SA. You'd have to have at least 2 characters. So you're only saving 1 character per line. That's why there's no spaces in my code. Because space was a waste. You know, space was the killer. Space is a waste. You know. That's why when you look at some of my early PC code, there's no spaces because I was still in space is a waste mode. Right, where was we? Oh, we're here. So he's putting that bomb at the screen location by the looks on it. So he's starting from the last array position, and he's taking the column array, storing in a column, storing X away in 27. Oh, I've not seen 27 before. So that could be a temporary storage thing. Let's see if that raises its ugly face somewhere else. Then he's getting the character from that location and then comparing it with 2D. 2D again. 2D has popped up here. Where are we coming from? We're coming from here. 8AF8, so it's here. We saw, yeah, here, 2D, 16. So what's character 16? Oh, character 16 is the explosion character. Right. So 2D could be explosion character. Right. We'll just keep that in mind, yeah? So he's getting the character from the first position. So first time run through, we, the ship, will be there. Nothing else, but we, the ship character, will be there. So when you're doing comparing with 2D, of course it's going to say it's not it. So it's coming here. So now we're loading X back, which it's just stored away, DEX, and then, are we going back up? Yes, we are. Right, okay. So this is the array. So we're testing what's underneath the array. Okay. Explosion array test loop. So that's here. Let's rem that out because we don't need it anymore. Minus. What are we up to? Oh, my Twitch feed's gone. There we go. God, now it's gone already. Wow. Okay. So this is the array explosion test loop. So we're testing to see what's underneath it. And it looks like we're testing for the current explosion character. So he's looping through and loops through and loops through. Of course, a first time through, we're setting everything to be our ship. So of course it's always going to... Yeah. I got a sub, by the way. ZZZ fell. He subbed me. Yeah. How many is that now? Got to be 3, maybe 4, I think. Is it 3? 4? Ah, yeah. Right. So first time through, the array is going to be initialized to our point on the screen. So he's running through all 8, checking to see if there's an explosion character there, which is defaulted to 16 at the moment, but it's not. It's our ship character here, which is, there we go, number 7. That's our character there, number 7. So I ought to change this file because I've modified the Python now. It gives me more information. Okay, yeah. Okay, enough said. Right, so if right, so we have come through because we're at the ship. So what are we doing now then? What we're doing now? So this is going forward, isn't it? So this is not 16. So hex 16 is 21. Yeah. 22. That's there. Yeah, the explosion character. So we're branching to not not explosion char. Right. Let's see now. So runs through, loads A with 14 and then jumps away. Oh, rats. It's jumping away again. Okay, where are we going this time? Oh, there. 2 lines down. So we're jumping here. Oops. So he's loading 14 and then he jumps away. What on earth's this for then? What on earth is that for? I don't see what those 2 are for because there's not a jump vector coming to here. What? Yeah, I think it is as well. He's our admin on the case. We're being trolled again. Yeah. In search of followers and prime viewers, come to bigfollows.com. Hey? I don't know. I don't know where the admin's. There we go. He's on the case. He's on the case. Right. So, yeah. I think you're right, DMX. I think this could be. I think he had something there, and then did a DMX and then moved away, but just realised he didn't need it. So I think that's Duff code. So he's coming here. Right. So he's increasing 2D. So he's increasing 2D, which we know is the explosion character. So it's originally at 16, which is 22 decimal. So it's that. So he's then increasing it to that. Okay. And then he's testing it against 19, which is 1625. So that means that is the last explosion character. Right, so he's increased the explosion character. He's comparing it with the last of his explosion characters. If it's not, he's going here. If he has hit it, then he's resetting it back to the original. Right, I wonder how many times we're using 2Ds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what we've just come through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, so we can make that a constant. So 2D is the explosion character. Because doesn't appear in there that much, so we'll replace them. Okay, we could I'll just put them there just in case, because I'm thinking of setting them. It should be a daytime TV, man. Right, okay, so he's resetting. So this one is not end of animation. So that is there. Right, so it's not the end of the animation. If it is the end of the animation, you just restart. It just puts it back to this restart. So now he's looking at 8BCO. 8BCO and 8BC8. Okay. Here we go. This is the little lot. Oh, where's that stupid? There it is. So he's loading 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, I forgot to do that, hadn't I? Hang on. Can't have this. Can't have this. Right then. Where are we? There you go. They are queued. You're about to get 10,000 points each, everybody. 22 people watching. Wow. I've just given out 220,000 points. Credit. Oh, SK credits. Yeah, I renamed it. Hey, I forgot I renamed it. Yeah, I forgot I renamed it. Right, so we're going to figure out what all this is all about. So I am wondering if this is the direction. I am wondering if that is the direction. Probably would have done a better job than everybody else as well. Hey ho. Right, where's that going? That's going down there. That's going there. I wonder if this is the telling it which direction it's going. So I'm just wondering if that's the column direction and that's the row direction. Okay, let's see what these numbers mean. Right, so if it's equal to 80, go here. Let's get rid of this, get some more space. Go here. So he goes here and then he jumps away. Oh, hang on. He decreases the column. Right, okay. So he decreases the column, loads the column. Okay, where's my bit of paper? Bit of paper. Bit of paper. You alright in Minecraft? Yeah. You've locked a hopper?
No, you
I never lock hoppers. Right, 01, 00. They're the three states, aren't there? 0, 1, 80. There's no others, is there? Right, okay. Right, so let's go back to where it is. It's here. So he's going to 8040. Why? God, he's going all the way back to the beginning. 8040. Let's see what 804. What did we put down 8040? We didn't put it down to anything. Well, we know what it is now. It's the explosion routine. Right, so if it's 80, then he's coming to here, and first thing he's doing is he's decreasing whatever the array is. So we're going backwards, so it's columns, so we're going left. Decrease, yeah, left. Right, so he's decreasing that, then he's loading it in, and then he's ANDing it with 3F. So that's 4, 5, 6. So he's masking off the last 6 bits, and then comparing it with 27. Why is he comparing it 27 if we're going backwards? Oh, here we go. Hey, I want to be famous now. They're saying, do I want to become famous, these trolls? This better not be you. Hey? Yeah. This better not be you.
What, trolling you?
Yeah.
I've got better things to do, my time.
Oh, you got better things to do. Right. So he's ending it with 3F and then comparing it with 27. So 27. What would that be? If he's going that way, if he's decreasing it, why would he be comparing it with 27? I'd understand that going that way. So he's decreasing the column. It's definitely the column. It's decreasing the column. So it's going that way. Don't know. And then stores it back. So he decreases it, compares it. If it's plus, so he's coming here, then he loads the shit column and then stores it and resets it. Okay, so we know this is a reset. Oh dear, I've lost 4 viewers. It's down to 18 now. Right, that's the trolls. Andy's killing my viewership. Right, so this is going to be reset to ship. Reset to ship column. Don't know why they pick on me. So that's what that's doing. Okay, right. So, yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. When you're on your own, I'll give you some points. Oh, I can give you points directly, can't I? Can I? I can give you points directly, can't I? What's that command? Oh, I don't know. Oh, can't be. No, it's too much effort. By the way, Andy, where are you? You're not in my top 10. Is it top? Go, you're fourth, mate. Right. So now, right, so if it's 0, let's say if it's 0, 0. If it's 0, then it's coming here. So he's increasing. So we're going left, going right. So, okay. So 80 is going, explosion going left. Okay. Explosion going left. So that's that. Because that's what it seems to be doing in that routine, is going that way. Right, so if it's 0, if it's 0, then it's going here. So this must be explosion going right then. Because he's increasing the column. But he's also increasing it there. Is that 1 then? If it's 80, he comes here. If it's 0, he goes there. Oh, hang on. If he's decreasing, hang on. You got to think like Jeff. So if it's 80, he's going left. He's decreasing the column because he runs the function here. Yeah. Right. So he's going left. So he's decreasing it. So here, he's saying if it's 0, he's only increasing it once, and then immediately decreases it. Yeah. So it stays where it is. So technically, this is not quite right, but so he's increasing it the once, and then he's running the routine that then decreases it. So effectively, we're net 0. So the other number is 1. So he's increasing it here, and then increases it again, and then decreases it. So that's a net +1. Of course, a long-winded way of doing that. Long-winded way of doing that. Right, let's name this then. So this is that's all I can say what it is. Just calculating the next column. Right. So I bet this is the same. So this must be row related. So he's loading it in. Is it equal to 0? If it is, increase, and I bet this is a decrease. And look, sure enough, there it is. Right, so calculating explosion row. So this can be calculating explosion column. This one can be row. So this one, so this is she's going here. Right, this one can be there. So explosion row static, because it's staying, effectively it's staying still. It's a net 0. Because if it's right, if it's 0, is increasing it and then immediately decreasing it. It's net 0. If it's 80, he's going straight there, which is to so this decreasing the row is going up, isn't it? Explosion going up. So that's there. Get rid of that. If it's not 0 and not 80, then it must be 1, and so he's increasing it, then increasing it again, and then decreases it here, so we are a net positive 1. Right. So then he loads the ship. So he loads in the element of the matrix that we're currently talking about, stores it in the string column, takes the row, stores it in row, loads 1, which is the colour, and 1 is white. Yeah, 0 is black, 1 is white, isn't it? Yeah. Stores that in the current, takes the explosion character, which is that 2D that we've worked out, stores it in there, and then we're off to here. 8BB1. Okay. BBB, which is here. What? Oh, he's jumping. I was going to say. So he's getting... Okay. Get character under explosion. So he's getting the character from under the explosion. Why? I have no idea. Then he jumps off to go to get the character, and then he comes back, and if it's not equal to 0, if the character is not equal to 0, okay, not a grid character, so it's not a grid character, jumps here and then he jumps away, so we'll have to see what that's doing. But if it is a grid character, then he stores our explosion character in that place. Right, okay, I'm understanding what's going on now. Now we just need to see where that's going. 8B D2. Okay, let's look down here. 8B D2. Which is here. God knows why he's jumping like this. He could have stuck that on the end. So he's coming here. So he's loading the X, he's decreasing the X, and then if it's not equal to 0, where's he jumping then? So he's jumping backwards. Cool, that's a long way backwards as well. That's a fair old jump, that is. To here. Oh, he's starting it again, isn't he? So this is the explosion array loop. Right, okay. Okay. Oh, he must have just made that branch. So if it is equal to 0, then he's loading x with 10. So this is, we'll call this end of loop check. Oh, did I need to do that? No. That's going forward, isn't it? So loading x with 10, we're delaying, and then we're going back. Okay, so this is a delay loop. And I bet this is for the sound. Yeah, it looks like it. Then we jump into 8BB1, which is here. Right, so this is not doing that, not doing that. In fact, I'm not doing that either. That's better. So this is the explosion sound control check, which is that. So this should go red, which it does. So he's delayed, then he decreases the volume by 1. And then 8B24, is he looping back round again? 8B24, which is here, which is where are we going from? Where's our looper? There. Right. Oi. Oi. Explosion animation cycle. Rem that out, then we'll know where it errors, which is down here. Here it comes. So that's effectively going back round, and then that will do all the explosions going out, yeah? So then he does this, and then he jumps to 8C1. 8C17, so what's this? So this is the this is the end of the explosion. Right. So this is explosion finished. And then he's coming here, and this must be, yeah, update number of lives. Explosion's finished, he comes to it, and we update the number of lives. So we'll go to there, that's here. So now we're going to here. What's that all about? So we're loading 50 into the screen location, and then we're loading 04. So he's directly pointing to the screen. I mean, this says screen location high, but it's not. It's number 7, so we'll change that to 07 because he must be reusing it. So we're all LDY, so he's loading a space and then he's storing it. So he's blanking out an area of the screen. Yeah. I hope you guys are following along. So he's then increasing 8. So he's increasing 7. All right, okay, yeah. Okay. He's blanking out a big chunk of the screen as well. No idea. He's too busy setting up more bots. But I hope you can see how I'm coming up with what I think this is, yeah? So he's starting, looks like 2 lines down. So he's starting 2 lines down, and then he's blanking the entire screen. But he's already got a screen blanker already. How many times do I have to see this routine? Okay, so, and then he's testing for 8. And if it's not, he's going back round again. So, next bank. Clear next bank. The thing that I've noticed is that the same routine can appear many times, like this clear screen. He's already got the clear screen in this software because we've seen it. So why has he got another one? Why couldn't he have reused that one? Right, so this is effectively clearing game area. Now, have I got clearing game area already in? Clear, next. Clear, see, clear screen. There you go, clear screen. Cleared game data. Yeah, he was definitely coding this in some sort of fog. Yeah. Right, so okay, I'll call it cleared game data, clear game area, clear game screen area. That's what we'll call it. I just didn't want to call it a name that I'd already got. Right, so where am I going? It was 8BFC. It's definitely that one. So rem that out. That should error. There it is. It's at the bottom. Rem that. So he's clearing out the screen. Decreasing the number of lives, that's obvious. Loading it in, then comparing it with 30. Yeah, he doesn't have a variable for lives. The variable is on the screen. So he's checking it with the character 30, which is 0. He does that in GridRunner 2 as well. And the high score. The high score variable is on the screen. He hasn't got it anywhere else. Right, so he's... Yeah. 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 Right, so if it's equal to 30, then that means there's no more lives. Right. Which is obvious. Oops. Okay, so that's no more lives, so we won't go there just yet. And then here he's jumping to 8D5E. Where's that? C 8D5E. Does he? All right. Did not know that. Did not know that. Right. Why is he decreasing the number of lives again? Right. It decreases the number of lives here. Loads it in, checks it. So if I've got 5 lives, I've now 4. Right. So he's jumping to here. And decreases them again. I am now on 3. What? Can someone explain this logic to me? Am I not seeing? I'm writing. No, because I think it's here because he's decreasing number of lives here and then loads it. Yeah? And if it's 30, that means it's zero. So branch if equal, that's no more lives. That's here. Here is where we've got 1 life or more. Right? So he jumps to here. Yeah? 8, 5 to this place here. Which immediately decreases another life. What? I have 5 lives. Load it in. 35. Yeah, I've got 5 lives. Now I've got 4. What? That makes no sense. And he's decreasing the current level as well. What? Makes no sense. Let's just have a look at battle stations. Display battle stations. What's he doing in battle stations? He's just loading the text. That just makes no sense. Why would you decrease the number of lives again? Oh well. Yeah. What, you mean I've got to die on purpose? Like I don't already? Let's try it. Right, this has probably got a few breakpoints in here. So we are looking at 8D5E. That's the one we don't want to lose. Are we running at 100? Yes. Right then. Come on. Oh, used the wrong keys. Right, kill me. I'm sitting there. I'm waiting. Come on. Do you know I can die faster if I was playing this game? There we go. Right, so there's the breakpoint. So the top corner says 5. So F10. So that's, I bet that's that point up there. Where can we get the screen memory? Where's the screen one? There was a specific screen. That says 3 now. Why does that say 3? Right. So, then it jumps to here. Right, that is doing the clean, isn't it? It's doing the... Right, we'll fast forward to there. So he's putting characters on the screen. Oh, this is battle stations, isn't it? Have we missed it? I bet we've missed it. Yeah, we have. Right, I'll die again. Boo, 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 boo. Right, I think he shoots. There we go. Boom. Right, that's not our breakpoint. That's one I've set up. Right, F11. Explosion, boom. There we go. I'm at 3. F10. I'm now 2. What? 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 Right, let's run through this. It could be some sort of anti-cheat. I couldn't cheat to save my life. Hang on. Let's fast forward that bit. F10. So this is battle stations. So we will put a breakpoint there, which puts battle stations up. Oh, he's increasing it there. What the... What? 8C7... 8C75. 8C75. Okay. 8C75. That's not far away from here. Here. Is it? Oh, why is he increasing it? What was he smoking? What was he? Why? Why? Why not want? Where does he print the chart? He doesn't print it. He's using the screen as a memory, as a memory location. Like the current level, that's on the screen. That doesn't hold it. He's using the screen as the store. So he decreases it, and then decreases it, and then increases it, and almost immediately. I mean, what? Why? He must have been smoking some strong stuff. No, because he's using the screen as his storage, yeah? So as soon as he does a decrement on the screen, it's instant. You see it. Maybe I should ask him. I think if I ever met Mr. Minter after doing this, I would seriously grill him. No, because it's only right. I know it's not used from anywhere else because it's only got one jump vector into it, which would have been coming from that up there, which would be coming from here. So I know it's not. I know it's not. It's not a multiple jump. Well, that would explain a few things then. But these are the sort of things that we're going to sort out when we rebuild this. Once we've understood exactly what we're doing and how we're doing it, when we come to rebuild this, we will take most of this. Let me be kind. Redundancy out of it. Because I don't want to say copy. Maybe he forgot he had a clear screen. Maybe he forgot he did. I don't know. I just don't know. It couldn't have been that. It couldn't have been that, mate, because he sold the. If he, it couldn't have been that. It couldn't have been that because he sold this one game 4 different times, as I said at the start of the stream. First, he sold GridRunner for the VIC-20, and then immediately ported it to the Commodore 64. Sold it as GridRunner. Then did a few tweaks because I'm disassembling GridRunner 2, or AMC as it was called, and it's got a few more bad guys in it. It's got a little man walking across the screen that helps the ships to target him. It's also got, in level 5, it's got llamas appearing. Lots of them. And also he's got some weird thing going off in the middle. But that was GridRunner 2. Okay. So he did change it, sort of. And sold it on the C64 and then ported it back to the VIC-20 and called it Matrix. Yeah. Yeah, I know, but I coded in the times where there wasn't an IDE. And I've looked at all my source code and I don't have duplicate stuff. Admittedly, I wrote my own assembler that helped me do all that, but, you know, I don't want to use that as an well, yeah, okay. The last 3 words in your sentence, Mad, may justify it. Oh, I mean, it's been a bit of an eye-opener, me doing these 2 games, one on stream and one off stream. I'm glad I didn't do GridRunner 2 on stream because it's driving me nuts at the moment. He does jump all over the place. I don't think he's ever heard of a JSR. As this one's not that, it's not that bad. It's just some, we'll call them Jeffisms. Yeah, hover bother, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. God, yeah. I mean, someone's doing tracks. One of the guys on my Discord's doing tracks. I'm trying to remember who it is now. Which is another Jeff Minter game. Hang on. Because I've seen his screens. Who is it? Who is it? Oh, I can't remember who it was. We had a long conversation about it as well. Ah, yes, I know it is. Mr. Gary. He's doing tracks. Another Jeff Minter. Oh, so I've got distracted by something in Discord. Anyway, right, okay, so we've got this quirk that is decreasing the number of lives and then decreasing the current level, only then to do battle stations and then increase them back up. So, oh, Spectrum. Yeah, he did GridRunner on the Spectrum as well, didn't he? Right, okay, so he's jumping to battle stations. So this is, okay, so what's this routine then? So he's jumping here. Update number of lives. So it's alright. It's alright. I mean, I've got spectrums now. I got a few of them. I went down in my museum to see how many I got, and I got a lot of them. Got a blue one, a red one, a white one. All the old style 48K ones. I have got it was a battle in my school. I think the Spectrums were outgunning the Commodores in my school. But I have 5 128 pluses, 4 Spectrum pluses. I have 3 toast racks, all working. I have a Sinclair Timex 2068. I do have a few Spectrums. I have quite a lot of ZX81s, and I've got one ZX80, but it's bust, and I've tried to fix it. Anyway, so this routine. Oh, an MSX. I bet he was popular. I had a friend who had a Dragon 32, and he thought it was the bee's knees until he came around my house and saw the Commodore 64 and what it could do. Went back to his dad and went, "Oh, a Commodore 64." Yeah, I got a couple of ZX81s. I think it's either 2 or 3. I've modded them as well, so the screen glitch doesn't do it anymore. So you have to add a transistor and a resistor in on the back, and it does it, sorts it out. Right, so this routine here is being called. Where am I being called from? Here. Okay, so what's this? This must be. Okay, we'll call this prepare battle stations. I don't want to say it's something to do with lives. Woo! Don't want to say it's something to do with lives, because the fact that it's not. It must be something to do with the battle station routine. That is having to decrease the number of lives and decrease the level number while in the battle stations routine, then bump it back up again. Oh, beyond belief. Right, so where's this going? 8060. 8060. We're going to 8060. Where's that? So this is because we have no more lives. Here. Oh, it's the high score test. It's the high score test. Here we go. That's definitely it. Right. High score. High score test. Because that is the score. Let's put that in the constants. Oh, it's there, scoreboard. There we go, scoreboard. And this must be the high scoreboard. For 1A. Right, the reason why it's 040E and 041A is because the first digit in the score, you know, the ones, and then it goes tens, 100s, the ones never get updated. It just sits there. But it's actually the first digit. So he doesn't touch it. Doesn't touch it at all. Well. Right. So we're looping back round. So what is he doing? So he's comparing it. Is it so it's not equal to here. So it's not the same. Okay. High score not the same. So that's saying, is it less than then? Yes, that's what that's saying. So not a high score. So this must be the fact that it is. So where's that going? Six oh one 8015. See you, DMX. 8015, which is here. INX comparing its branch if not equal to. Where's that go? Where is that going? Really? How bizarre. How bizarre. So he's going up to here. How bizarre. Basically, it was the first game that I could remember playing on the Vic. It was the first game, and I mean, I asked my folks before I started doing this whether it was a birthday present or something, and they couldn't remember. So, but it's the first. If somebody asked me, right, what was your first game you played on a Commodore or ever? I think probably the best word is to say ever. The only one that I can remember is GridRunner. So it's more of a nostalgia trip than anything else. But I I wanted to disassemble it to understand how he did it, then I can recreate it using all the modern stuff that we know of now. But that's the only that is probably the. Yours was chiller. Because I was trying to think. Because the next game that I remember on the Vic was Myriad. No, Arcadia. That was it. Arcadia. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Arcadia. But that was the second game that I remember playing on the Vic. And that game is super hard. Absolutely ridiculously hard. But back then, I was competitive. I was a teenager. It's not going to beat me. Spent too many hours playing it. But that was probably the second game that I remember playing. And then we bought it for the Commodore 64 because when we had the Commodore 64, I think it either came as a bundle or something when we had it. And it was rubbish. The 64 version of Arcadia is absolutely rubbish. Luckily, we didn't despair because there was another game on the 64 that we had as the bundle that showed us that my dad had done the right thing and bought the right machine. Because if we'd have just gone with Arcadia alone, I think he would have took it back because it was rubbish. The game that came with it was trying to remember now. Oh, I think I can't remember when did Ghostbusters come out? It was 84, wasn't it? When did Gunship come out? Because it's one of three, right? It's Ghostbusters, Gunship, or Pit Stop 2. It was one of those three that came. I think it was more than likely Pit Stop 2. You know, the racing game. Blew our minds when we saw that. Blew our minds when we saw Pit Stop 2 because of the road changing like that. Plus you could do pit stops. What? But if we hadn't have got that, it was one of those three games. Yeah. But if we hadn't got any of those three games and we just had Arcadia, which was bundled with it, I think my dad would have took it back. Because the VIC 20 version was far superior. It was just rubbish. Anyway, what are we doing? Where are we? Oh, we're up there, aren't we? So we've gone up there to here. We run. So we're running through the characters. Have we hit 7 yet? No. So we're coming back there. Right. Scoreboard test loop. Oh no. Scoreboard test loop. Oh, ridiculous. Going up to come back down. Going up to come back down. Right, let's just get rid of that. Moon Patrol, yeah. Yeah, Pit Stop 2, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. absolutely brilliant. I thought Pit Stop 2 was. But like I say, I mean, we played that, and it just showed us what a 64 game could do compared to the Vic. Right, so what we're doing there, so that jumps back, and then it jumps to display Jeff Minter, so it's jumping back down here. High score, okay. It's not a high score. If it is a high score, what if this is a high score? High score's the same. Right, so that's here. Okay. 7B, so that's down here. So we are now is high score. Copy score. So that's there. So that's then copying the score to the high score. Okay. So we'll change these. -1. Right. So we've done that. 8BFC. We're in that area, aren't we? 8BFC. That's here, look. Oh, it's the clear screen. We've done, I thought we had. Thought that looked familiar. So we can get rid of that. C75. Where's that? That's not far from here as well, is it? Here. Number of lives. What? What a stupid. Okay. So that's putting battle stations on the screen. So this is. We'll call this setting up the game, because I don't believe it's anything else. Get rid of that. Not hit maximum. I hope you guys are still with me. Increase level number. Load current level number. Compare with 20. Hang on, but level would have been 30, 31, 32, 33. What? Current level number. Hang on. Is current level number on the screen? No, it isn't. Right, okay. So that is actually so there's 20 levels in this game. Oh, right, okay. "20 levels. I've never got past 3. What? I've never got past 3. That's just sad. that's just sad. Right, so this must be setting up the levels. Where's the data for that? Right, HCB4. So this is level setting up data. Right, we're getting into the crux of it now. And the reason I know that this is level setting up data is because I've done that for the GridRunner 2, but it has a lot more data setting up. So if he's used the same philosophy, this will be the number of snakes or caterpillars. I've not figured out what that is, and I think that is the speed. I think. So 2A, 2B and 34. Right, 2A, 2B and 34. So they're what we have to look out for. See, I think that's snake 1, snake 2, snake 2, snake 3. So I think that's that. So this is B4. So this is going to be going to be 3. Call me snake. And this is going to be 3 as well. Oh no, 5. It's 5. It's the wrong way. He's minus, isn't he? So he's minusing, so that's a 5 really. So I think this is number of snakes. If he's done the same thing as so we'll do that. So we're going to look at 2A. We're going to watch 2A, yeah? Because I do believe that's going to be the snakes. So let's fire her up and let's see. So let's get the memory up. There we go. So that's loaded. So we're looking at 2A. There, that's the byte we're looking for. So we're going to stay at level 1. Right, it's set to 1, look, yeah? So let's see what happens. Wait till the first snake comes on. There it is. Oh, it's gone down, look. Right, let's reset this. And we'll go to level 3 because that's that 3 snakes. Now level 3 was, I think, F2. Do you remember what the key command was? Ah, here we go. Press fire. So it's set to 2, so it may have been level 4 or 3. We'll see. Right, so we should see that go down. We should end up with 2 snakes. And I think it's based off this timer. Right, so when this gets to 0, there's 1. This comes to 0. There you go. There's 2. So these 3 bytes are all interlinked. So 2.9 and 2.8 are interlinked. So it looks like 2.8's the timer, and 29's the number of characters for the snake. Right, let's go to level 4. I think that would give us 3 snakes. Am I at 100%? Yeah. Seemed a bit slow getting there. Right, so level 4. Right, here we go. There are 3. So this should put 3 snakes onto the screen. So here you go, we're watching this. This will go down to 0. Then this will count the characters going on the screen. There we go. And then it reduces the snake. So we're back on the timer. Then the number, once it's hit, the number of characters come on the screen, and then we reduce the snake. Game, same again. Number of characters. There we are. We've got 3 snakes on the screen. So we know that that is the data to drive the number of snakes. Now, I haven't figured out what these are, but I have a sneaky suspicion this is maybe speed, because in GridRunner 2, after you get to level 7, it starts speeding up, gets quicker. So I'm just wondering if that is to do with that, but I don't know what this 6 and 7 is yet. I haven't figured that out even in GridRunner. So this is definitely setting up the game ready to run. So 2A's number of snakes. So we'll put that on there. So we'll find all the 2A's and replace it with that. Just doing it again. There's 2-9, look. So, like I think number of snake jars. I think that's 2-9, and 2-8 is a timer. I'll put snakes, but it's used for something else as well. But it's primarily for the... But I don't know. I mean, it stopped, didn't it? So 2A level of snakes. We've done that one, haven't we? So number of snake characters is 2-9. Well, we're not doing that one for sure, or that one, but we're definitely doing that one. Definitely doing that one, and that one, and that one. That's it. And then snake timer is 2-8. Replace that one, and that one. That must be it. Yeah, it is. So we're slowly deciphering these variables. So where are we? Lost it. Lost where we were. Let's find that. That'll give us a rough idea where we were. Not there. Oh, hang on. Wrong thing I'm searching for. It's that one. That's where we were. So I'm not too sure what 2B and 3.4 are, because when I've played it, they've not changed value. So it's either I've not hit the level yet because I'm rubbish at it, or I've just not hit the logic that tells us where we are. Right, what I'm going to do is, it's 11 o'clock now, so I am going to find that line that I had. There it is. Take it from there. I'm going to put it here. I need to sort that line out though. What's that doing? 2. What's character 2? Oh, it's just putting the horizontal thing on the screen, ship on the screen. Because that's what that's doing here. Right, okay. Get rid of that. Put that there. Means I can get rid of that. So that's where we're up to. I hope it's been useful, because we're getting to the point now where I think we have to understand the snake logic, which I've done in GridRunner. It's a bit how can I put this? All over the place. GridRunner 2, this should be easy, because GridRunner 2, the snakes could do diagonals. So, and I think in GridRunner it only does the backwards and forwards like that. So it should be pretty easy. And then we've got, where's the game flow? Because I don't think, just got to figure out what all these other routines are. Yeah. So I think we've done some of these, I think. Yeah, see, that one's the pods. That looks like it's the pod check. So we'll call it a day there, but we're getting to the point where we know we're starting to understand what he's doing, and finish off the reverse engineering it, and then we'll start recreating it based on what he does, but optimize it. I also want to make it a cartridge game like GridRunner 2, so we can't do any self-modifying code or anything like that. Yeah, because I want to pretend that it's a cartridge game. And the reason I want to do that is because when we come to rebuild it, when we come to redevelop it, I want to develop it for the VIC-20. So originally it's going to be, we're going to redevelop it for the C64, but then I want to put some assembly directives in, that when we assemble it and we have that directive in place, that it will assemble it to a VIC-20 game. And I also want to have directives that will assemble it to a pet game, you know, because I'm sure we can make this into a pet game. Also, I want to make it into a Commodore 16/+4 game. And all that is done by having one source code with just assembler directives in there. I mean, in CBM Prog Studio, there's a directive in the assembler called target machine. So we could set the target machine to be a Commodore 64 and assemble it, and it will build it for a Commodore 64. If we set the target for a VIC-20, it would then build it for a VIC-20. So I want to do the same thing, but this is in KIK. So it might be slightly different in KIK where we have to do this. But that's the aim, is to take this one source code and be able to produce the game based on one source code for different machines. And hopefully that will allow you guys to learn how you can develop a game for one system. And I mean, this will be easy to transfer because there's no sprites. The sound is simple, so that can be easily transferred onto the VIC because originally it came from the VIC anyway. And show you that you can build a game that is cross-platform across Commodore machines. Yeah, all from one source code. Just flip it. Yeah, exactly. And I think this would be a useful lesson for all you guys out there that want to do this thing. I mean, Hunchback, Amiga. I'm not going to do it for Amiga, mate, but you can if you want. Yes, emulating a 64. But that's the goal, right? Because this is an all-character game, there's no sprites in it whatsoever, right? We can do that. It can port to a VIC, it can port to a PET, it can port to a C16/+4, and it shows you how. And I want to show people how you can make one source code apply to multiple machines. That's the end goal. All right, and I think it's a great game. It's the very first game that I can remember playing on a Commodore, and I love it. I love it. I just don't like the way it's written. It can be written far better. All right, so let's see who I can raid and if I want to raid them or not. Oh, Hayes is on. Right then, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I will be doing another stream this week because I'm on holiday, so it'll be another reverse engineering. I was going to do a Hunchback stream where we was going to write the library for the keyboard, but I've only just released the keyboard function for Neptune Lander to patrons, and I thought it would be a bit unfair doing that just yet. So I'll do a few more reverse engineerings before we get back onto the Hunchback thing, and we got plenty of time because we've got the Python thing to go through so we can learn. All right then, let's raid Hayes, and thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next stream. Take care. I'd like to thank all the patrons that are contributing to my channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. Thank you very much.